Hey, yeah, go on over to Amazon and download The Highs and Lows of Power Couples and Other Relationships, or read it on your Kindle. It is awesome and very interesting, and it is a quick read. It is a mini ebook. It can be placed into a reader, and in about 20 minutes, you would have listened to the whole book. Subscribe to the Over 35 and Up podcast for other tidbits like the highs and lows of power couples and other relationships. Also, while you are on your Kindle, read Becoming Vegans Presents Let's Do Brunch. Global American Flair, it's locale brunch recipes. If you know, you know. It kind of goes along with the Power Couples book. Yeah. Okay, bye. I just cleaned that stove yesterday. People come through here like they don't have to keep up with cleaning things. It's a pain in the butt. So am I going to do anything to that stove tonight? Maybe. What I am going to do is make some pizza. This man put some stored pizza dough. I got some from Aldi, $1.99 or something like that. And he put it in a oven safe pan, and he cooked it on the stove to crisp the bottom. I love that. I love a crispy bottom pizza. It's so nice. So I have a churn of emotions, and I'm basically upset about everything. You name it. So I'm going to eat my way through those emotions after I wash the dishes. But you know, I would go live on more platforms than this one if they had beauty filters like this one. You cannot beat an Instagram beauty filter. Come on now. How nice are they? Even the dudes. Like random dudes, they filming something, they'll put on a filter. Whoever's taping it, they will put a filter on them, and they do look nice. It's like everyone who appears before the camera, big or small, it could be film, it could be TV, it could be, internet. You have to be camera ready. And that's what these beautiful Instagram beauty filters do. They carve myself out a face. See, I have cheekbones. I have lashes. I don't have brows that much. My brows are sparse anyway. I was one of those pluckers. That was the only thing I could do is pluck my brows a little bit. I couldn't really get off into it. And I could wear heels. Things that, didn't scream whore. I started wearing heels in the 7th grade, though. And after a while, I stopped wanting to do that and started getting flat shoes. I could have one pair of good shoes. You can have many pair of cheapy shoes, but one pair of good leather shoes, and they were always sturdy brogans that you would need eventually. Something you can depend on time and time again. Sturdy pair of leather shoes. Lace up. And keep them, you can shine them. Yep. Yeah, I don't know what was in here, but... So first, I have to wash the dishes. And I'm telling you now, when I got back from the store, I had to lie down because I was dizzy. I'm like, why am I dizzy? I was literally dizzy. The security guard was saying something to me at the store. I barely knew. She said, do I need to get you a chair? I said, no, I just want to hurry up and get home. The car is a chair. Let me just scoot on back to the crib. I won't take the highway. I got on the highway. Because that's the quickest way home. Did y'all hear what Elon Musk said? He said if Kamala Harris wins the election, he's, FKED. And I'm like, ain't nobody thinking about you like that for real, though. She married. And as it stands, you're the only company that can go get the astronauts. What do you think a country that you grace with your presence is going to do to you? SpaceX is the only one that can go get the astronauts that Boeing can't go get for a number of reasons. It's something with the ship. It was not stable. And the ISS is leaking severely. Apparently that had been a thing, and now it's more of a thing. And there's a woman up there who is now the ISS chief. It's just, I think it's her and another man up there. I tried to keep up with it because I care about them. I don't know, space, I just like space. You know, all the Gen Xers, we grew up with going to the moon and all that. So we like space. We were indoctrinated to be good citizens. I wish we had to pass that down. I wish we had to pass that down to some of, I just had to say something the other day. People, no, I'm a homeowner. I deserve to live in my home without the noise intrusion or bullets. And it's like, this is stuff that people should not have to verbalize. The same problems that people had out of the teacher are the same problems these people have out of society. I'm going to keep inching and turning it back up. The same problems they had at home with their mom, while she put them out, they have with the world. And it's like, I see why you are going through what you're going through. But you can't be a nuisance to everybody because you hate life. A lot of us hate life. But we're polite. We are. We're polite about it. It's like I hate everything about my life. But no need to be a snit about it. Now, that's not true because I don't hate nor overly love. I feel the appropriate amount of emotions about my life. That's what you can say. I'm appropriate. You know, there's nothing wrong with being appropriate. A lot of people, oh yeah, this is Dishes with Leslie. Real dishes. Junk I like to keep. That meat. You can use this. You can make the sandwich and then put the sandwich back in the container. Or use it for other stuff until it gets messed up and then throw it away. And that's what I'm doing. And I'm prepping to make this because I was going to make the pizza dough because it's just yeast, flour, and water. And sometimes you don't even have to use the yeast. But to be honest, my pizza dough isn't the best. It's kind of hard. So that man got some pizza dough from Trader Joe's. I got that from Aldi. They're the same company. I hope it's the same pizza dough. Right. Yeah, I keep a lot of stuff. But then again, I'm probably the only person I know that has to buy a large size container, and that's not even the biggest size, of sour cream. Because you got 3 grown people on a tub of sour cream and some cheese for some potatoes. When you do a potato night or you do a sheet pan night, and like I told my son, that beef stew with the, well, I don't know what it is, but that meatballs and noodle caboodle. It tastes really good, but it's noodle caboodle. Bunch of leftovers. If you put a little sour cream in it and a little cheese, it changes it to beef stroganoff. That was lost on him. He did not appreciate what I said. I don't even know if he actually did it, but he saw me do it, so he should. He might think about it, because when I don't concentrate on what I have to do for my household, things go awry. So I tend to keep my nose to the grind. I get a few hours to write and be a normal person, but then I have to look out for these guys and make sure they eat properly so that they don't get ill unnecessarily, you know, or constipation and the stuff that moms worry about or know to look for. You kind of got to watch for that stuff because it's a thing. And it's like, it's not for public consumption. I'm just telling y'all. Now, if you want to go out and make a big old deal about it, she said constipation on her Instagram. This is niche. Everything on social media is niche. Now, you have mainstream on social media. That's their business. That's their money. You know, they just want to dominate. But this is niche. A little niche, a little corner of the earth, a little corner of the world for you and I to talk about things like you couldn't talk about in mixed company or a big public crowd. But we all get a little tight. Let's put this here. Yeah, I think well, no. I'm going to do the stove tomorrow because I'm going to be over there. And it's just going to get messed back up. It's going to look that way tomorrow. You know what? My next podcast is going to be on those teas that the girlies are talking about. People been talking about that stuff. People been talking about it, okay? They've been talking about it. They've been making teas out of rosemary and stuff like that. That's how black castor oil started. This lady came, well, she had this YouTube video and she put all the ingredients and I put some rosemary in mine. It's a big pan that had everybody buying emu oil, had everybody buying castor oil. If those girlies on YouTube said do it and grew their hair out or their edges or whatever, we were doing it. So I still have black castor oil from I don't know when, and it's black too. Remember it would be all that black tea and oily? I took that black tea and I put it in my soap pot and I made black castor oil soap, and so I will wash my hair with the soap black castor oil, and that was helpful. Homemade soap on your hair, it was helpful to me. It's a good clarifying step before you go in with whatever else, because if you do stuff to your hair, you're gonna have to do more than one thing. Like, I lift the color in my hair. You can't see it, but I lift the color. And because I do that, it makes my hair susceptible to be dry anyway. And I noticed that herbal tea, I even put lavender. I put a lot of stuff in mine besides the rosemary. And I put that same mixture in the oil because I have a limited amount of herbs. And so I went and I did, and I just noticed that it was dry. I also use clay water. It's like a clay mask with water down, and you put a little conditioner in it. And you can rake it through your hair right quick while you're in the shower. Throw it up in a pony or whatever. Stretch it. And that's if you feel that you need to put something on your hair. Sometimes you just do. You feel like you need to put something on your hair. And that's what I'm doing. And then I spray it. So this is what I'm doing. I'm spraying it on. And then I'm going in with a hair butter I made. It could be skin or hair. It's still shea butter. You put it all over. And olive oil and coconut oil. And it's been steeped in rosemary and oregano for months. So it's filled with stuff. And I even have the Ayurvedic herbs. Those don't make my hair dry. They do not. They work quite well. But I didn't feel like, digging all that stuff out. So I'm just going to do this. And I'm just going to make a tea in the crock pot and let it sit there for like a week on low and extract all those delicious vitamins and minerals and whatever else is in that plant life, and do it that way. I think that stuff stayed down there for 2.5 weeks. And it started to reduce. So it's like, okay, it's starting to reduce. I can use it. And it made my hair a little dry. It's very strong. So I put that on. I use Restore by Design Essentials. I use a Design Essentials leave-in. I do all of that. And you know what? I don't have any hair fall. It's drying, but it does what it says. It stops any type of hair shed and hair fall. Unnecessary hair shed and hair fall. You're going to get some, but it's negligible. So, that girl just got to get up in my video. Don't you just love the people that gets up in your video? Oh, bye, filter. Is that it? No. Do I go back? The filter's flicking around. I don't look too much different. My skin is not this dark, except in the summertime. The summertime is nice. And my cheeks aren't as lifted. It's the same thing as when I put on a full face of makeup with contouring. That's exactly what this filter is doing. It's a full face of makeup with contouring and blush and lashes. And I don't have to put all that stuff on my face. It never comes off. You can wash it. It helps if you put calamine lotion, whether you use clear, whether you use pink, or milk of magnesia or something on your skin first. It helps so much to do that first. It doesn't sink into the pores when you're patting, pat. Where do you think it's going? We're porous. And I don't have the time or the finances to go get the facials that I need. The one facial I did get several years ago, that woman washed my face about 5 or 6 times with 5 or 6 things. So you know what I did? I do that. And then you know what I found? I get tired. I get tired quick. And it's like, oh, it's the 4th time. I gotta go to bed. I gotta go sit down. So I start sitting down doing it. And then, like I say, if you put something on your porous skin before you pat, it is very helpful. So other than that, I'm working on my daughter's skin, and I have to do it because she won't. That's what I was saying about about group projects at work and stuff like that. Yeah, at church too, if you're working on something, it's always going to be a contingency of people who are always doing all of the work. And you probably leave it that way because you're a good group and you work together well. And you know what it's like to have strife, and it's not cool. It's counterproductive. I don't dislike anybody, anything that much. I just don't. I might say something. But sometimes you gotta say something. We're all at different levels, and just because I don't think I should have to verbalize the same things I would verbalize to a 6-year-old, if that's where you at, that's where you at. And either you're gonna say it or you're gonna be silent and mad. So if you can find a diplomatic way to speak your mind, you should use it. But you probably gonna have to pay for even speaking your mind. Some people don't believe you should speak your mind. I'm not washing this. I'm not. Something I had outside in my garden. I'm not finna wash all that down in there. I don't know. Oh, I'm done. Okay. So after this, we're going to make the pizza. Am I done? I'll get it. Okay. I'm done. Did you all see that? Is it Vanderbilt University? They took that yellow goalpost and threw it in the river. They said they walked 3 miles to do it. I'm like, college was so much fun. And it's such a beautiful bonding ritual. You guys just don't know what you miss out on when you don't go to college. It improves you as a person just to go. I'm serious. It improves you as a person just to go. But I went to a state college that wasn't near here. It's like 3 hours away, and it wasn't a whole lot of melanin. And the melanin they had was blended, you know. It was mostly non-melanated people. And there was a couple of prisons down that way. But we didn't interact with those. A couple of students went, I heard. But most of us just stayed in school long enough to get our degree and then come back and work in our field. And that's enough on your plate. Right there. That's enough on your plate. It's not simple. I mean, I don't know whose discipline is simple. It's just writing. It's just this, it's just that. That's just to get you in the door. There's a lot of diplomacy and thinking. It's like working for the government when you're a newspaper reporter. You have to think for all sides, okay? Because people are sensitive and at different phases, like the moon of their, growing up and living and how they view the world. Different stages, different phases, they could be having discourse at home, some negative thing, or somebody could have done something to them and they're using you to get back at some, it's all kinds of stuff going on, and you learn after a while that you got to watch out for yourself, or you'll be getting escorted out of the city that you work for because you angered the wrong set of people. So, but it's so much fun. That's why it doesn't seem like work. It's dangerous, like being a cab driver is dangerous, but it's so much fun. So much fun. And if you can take it, you should do it. But people aren't telling students to major in print journalism. You can get you can minor in mass communications, so you can know how to work broadcast and print. But if you want to be a news gatherer, gatekeeper, you want to be a print journalism student, you will learn a lot of stuff. And it's like at the foundation of who we are as a nation of people. And I found out why. The people who taught me are patient and beautiful. Patient and beautiful. We all had that idea, dear. Let me let you see how that will unfurl for you. And I'm like, oh. And then this. Oh, that one. Then you know you messed up. It's like, I want to hide my face. Oh, I didn't know. We know you didn't know, dear. We know. And it's like hours of fun for people to watch you go through that like a baby chick. But I could not have. I did not leave any crumbs. Left a lot of money. Didn't leave any crumbs. And it's not highly paid. It's based on advertisement, and advertisement is based on how you feel when you're buying things and what you need and all that. You need a business model, but they stopped doing what they intended to do, which was be a watchdog over other Americans. Our country is run by other Americans. FEMA is run by other people who live here, like me or you. They're just regular people, like the folks you talk to on the phone when you're trying to figure out why that payment didn't go through. I got money, why it didn't go through. I'm not trying to go through all this with you. I just want to pay my bills. That's why I was on auto pay. These are people. Sometimes they're computers, but mostly they're people. They have people personalities. Those are the people running our country, other people. And you need to write about that. You need to make sure they understand who they are and what they're supposed to be doing. Sometimes we need a reminder. It happens to all of us. Oh, wow. I look great right here, baby. I look like I could wear a bikini or something. I cannot. I cannot. Even if I went to Sona Bello, I would not feel comfortable wearing a bikini unless I was like a size 5. Anybody that's a size 5 and average height, you can wear a bikini. You sexy, baby. Hoo. See? Poses and angles. Everything, honey. And see, Sunday, I'll be talking to you about Jesus and Zechariah and all those people. So, all that stuff, after a certain point, even if people can't tell how old you are, you know how old you are. And then you got to keep in mind that there are people, men usually, that you cannot say no to. And it's going to add to what you have to do as far as diplomacy and handling a person that you cannot tell no. Because some of these people walk around here, some of these men walk around here like gods, small g gods, like kings of the earth, kings of the planet. And God uses them. Look at King David. He had like 700 wives and 1,000 concubines, and Solomon had more than that. And God said, all you had to do was ask me for Bathsheba. I gave it to you. You didn't have to kill Uriah like that. And a lot of people held that against King David. But let me tell you what his descendant, Jesus, did. He went down to hell after we put him on the cross. He descended into hell, reaped the house of David, who fell asleep before he could get there. And they went to heaven. The Lion of Judah, Leah's lineage, not Rachel's. Because that Jesus, that's his whole thing. I was the stone that the builder refused. You know, they didn't want a do-gooder. They wanted somebody who likes evil. It's like, well, I feel with Jesus. I'm a do-gooder. I'm always trying to help and, oh, this would be nice. And I get on people's nerve with that. And it's like, I can be another way too. And God will put a leash around my neck. I was going off, heartily today. By the end of the day, I was in bed kind of curled up with my head on the pillow because I didn't know why I was dizzy. I did not know. I felt dizzy. I didn't know why I was dizzy. And I said, let me go on and lay down. And I was confessing it. It's like, I'm dizzy. I don't know why. Then I was looking, still posting, still doing some work. I work for myself, so I'm doing whatever I think I need to do. Then all of a sudden, it was like a whisper. You notice you're not dizzy anymore. Now, do you want to wash the dishes? I said I do because I want to make that pizza. There's food connected to it. Come on. I just was doing an angle on some stuff. Elongating the neck. That's what Tyra Banks talked about. You know, posing and looking good. And people like to look at people who look good. It is what it is. So, do you guys want to watch me make this pizza? Okay. I'll talk to y'all later then. Alright. I know you guys can't see because I took the actual light out of the kitchen. Because I didn't seem to do too many of these types of things anymore. I just cracked about 4 eggs. I'll eat those tomorrow. I guess you guys can see the light. That's as far as the light wants to go with me. So we're going to make a pizza. See, this is why I keep these little stupid little containers. I got somebody eat that tomorrow. I broke those eggs by mistake. There. So let's get started. We have to cut stuff. We like mushrooms. Okay, I like mushrooms. These work. See? For stuff like this, it can't be too hard. So I got it for boiled eggs, but it works for mushrooms too. reason I couldn't keep the not the hand mixer. What is it? The pulverizer. What is this thing? It used to sit up on my countertop, and I used it all the time because you can use it to mix dough for flour and stuff. Anything sticky you can use it for. But I bought 2 of them and they broke, so I don't buy them anymore. I don't. I have them, but you can't get parts for them, like whatever needs to be fixed. So we're just going to take these and put them in another one of these little funky containers I hate washing. But you can do stuff with them. And you can just sit that right there. Now this is some kind of pepper. Don't ask me what kind. I don't really know. It's washed off. You see my hand is far away from the mandolin. I will not cut my fingertips off anymore. I hope it's not hot. Oh, if this is hot. I'm going to taste it. The same hotness as a bell pepper. I'm only making 1 tonight because we have stew that we need to eat. So we got those 2 things done and out the way. Now we have tomato. Put a little tomato on. I don't care if this is a steak knife. I'm just using like whatever's near my hand because I'm really trying to go to bed. So. Oh. So these are the things that I like on my pizza. And I'm using some plant-based meat. So I'm going to repost this on Becoming Vegan. Just put some, you know what? That's because that's too thick. I can put this on there. That's too thick. Again, carefully. To be honest, you don't want too much onion on your pizza. It's fall is in the air here. So I have tomato, some kind of pepper, and onion. And the rest of this, I'm going to put in a baggie and use it on tomorrow's pizza. See, I have to buy double. I cannot just buy stuff just for myself. There's more than just me here. So, that's my grocery bill's a little higher than the average bear because I have people here. But every now and again, we can have something that tastes good. I didn't let that dishwater out. I did not. I did not let that dishwater out. Right here. Hood Philosophies and Other Jive Talk from the Urban Jungle is a thought-provoking collection of 6 essays that dive deep into the heart of urban life. With sharp wit and raw honesty, the author explores the complexities of street culture, the church, the socioeconomic struggles of marginalized communities, and the resilience of those living in the inner city. Each essay offers a unique perspective on womanhood, survival, identity, and the unspoken rules of the urban jungle, blending philosophy with lived experience in a way that is both insightful and unapologetically real. There you go. I gotta put these in there. This is for tomorrow. It's pointing in the opposite direction. If you want to know why it's not well lit, it's pointing in the opposite direction. It should be like this, but it's not. I don't know why it's not. It's just not. Let's see. It's very dark without it. Alright, and let's stay that way. Alright, and we're going to put these away. Everything's washed. We can just pick up where we left off tomorrow. Alright, and what's next? I got this from TikTok. I couldn't resist it. With the handle. This thing is so convenient. But yeah, you see how it got. It gets used a lot. It gets used a lot. So let's get the dough. $1.99 at Walmart. Walmart and Trader Joe's is the same company, so make sure your hands are oiled or are wet when you go to take your dough out and it came out cleanly. I don't know, there's some information on here, probably instructions that I'm going to have to read later. I'm a pro. I know not to throw it away. Let's put the dough on top of that to hide that. I was going to put some arugula on it, but I decided not to test my children's patience. But I want to hear, would you put that on it? My son likes it because he's the one who told me about arugula on pizza. I'm going to put some on mine. And so this is what I'm doing. I'm doing what I saw the man do. He just, like focaccia, or I think, isn't that kind of fingerprint bread? You know, during pandemic, everyone got into bread making. Isn't that nice that we would do that? Kudos for us. Stuff that you can do. I'm going to start posting in my feeds. I'm going to start podcasting about prepping, keeping your pantry up, things of that nature. Because we're supposed to have 3 days of emergency food, but how about we just keep a pantry going? Just buy an extra can of this or an extra box of that and use it by the use by date. Cuts down on trips to the store. There. These are personal pan pizzas. That's why he said if you want to make a personal pan pizza. Man, it's too small. Yeah, this other one I use a whole lot more. We just leave it on the stove. It's gonna get used. Well, I guess this would just be for a good taste of something. I've been craving that tavern pizza by Pizza Hut, but our Pizza Hut's closed unexpectedly. So we have that. Has nice amounts of olive oil on it. And I made my own house blend. It's salt, pink Himalayan salt, black pepper, onion powder. That's what it is. Oh, and garlic powder. Because that's what I use all the time. So that's what's in there. Again, Aldi special. That's enough. Oh, let's use this. Now, what else can we put on there? It went from $3.50 to $1.49 in certain Aldis because they're not fondue people. I grew up having a fondue machine. Fondue was all the rage, baby. It's so 60s. That Ryan Seacrest, he started me back up at fondue. And then today it was on sale. I'm not putting the whole thing. It's just a combination of white cheeses mixed with Swiss. There. I never said anything about this being low calorie. And if you're on Ozempic and you're following the Ozempic plan, don't worry about it. You're only going to take a couple of bites and that's going to be it. Everybody else going to enjoy it and you would have had some to taste. Because people fight their Ozempic. I don't care if you haven't eaten in 2 days. If you eat one more thing and you get, indigestion, stop eating. These are turkey pepperoni. Stop eating. That's what I did. But the first Ozempic, the very first, with the black box warning, it made me nauseous. So there would be a lot of days. I mean, I just didn't eat. I did not eat. I did not miss food. I was just happy to not be nauseous. It was that. So you put a little onion. I'm going to have to make another pizza. And I'm probably going to make some pizza dough so I can use up that yeast in the bread machine. That's what I'm going to do. Because my son is going to eat this. But he's going to eat the stew up. So I have to have like 2 or 3 things. Anybody that got boys in the house or a man, he's a baby man. Anybody that got that going on know what I'm talking about. You have to feed them meat and stuff. Like I keep telling them every year, I'm not cooking for Thanksgiving 15-pound lasagna with slabs of Italian sausage running throughout. And then one year I made my own lasagna noodles. It was fresh to death, baby. And then wondering why I can't get rid of 15 or 20 pounds on my body. I mean, it was so good. It was so good. As you see, I'm extra. I overdo things. There. That's enough. Since the dough is already made, my son might want to do this himself tomorrow. Because, he ain't supposed to be eating pizza on Yoda diet. What are we going to put on here? Oh, fennel. Oh, wait. fennel. I could only find, I went to the Indian store and they had fennel powder. They didn't have the seeds. So, anise too. Tarragon, things of that nature. Delicious. A little garlic powder. No exact thing. And a little, you know what? I forgot to put those sausage crumbles on here. As you see, we not missing it. I'll put the sausage crumbles on the next one. Now I put it on high broil. And I have to stay in here to watch it while it's on high broil. Oh wait, didn't he say put it on the stove first? Oh, that's how I mess up my recipes, dude. There. He said put it on the stove and cook it on the stove first. And the bottom will be nice and crispy. He must have used two put together. Because you could put the dough all up on the sides of the pan if you wanted to. You see how much nicer I look? I look, almost flawless with makeup. I don't have any makeup on. I was trying to go to bed. So, I guess I'll just post some pics. Because I know you don't want to wait for that to cook, right? Yeah. You're smart. Alright. I know you guys. Crunchy. Oh man. Y'all messed up my pizza. Alright, I gotta put it back in the oven for like 10 minutes at 350. I want it a little bit more done. What is it?
Pizza.
Who made it?
Mommy did.
So that means I gotta give you some? I gotta share my personal pizza? Alright. I told you I was going to bed. My daughter wants this. She don't want me to have any. It's pretty good. It's crunchy on the bottom. Okay, bro. Apparently it's good. In the goodness of Jesus, we walk in here.